suck it. I've had enough. I've had enough of the insufferable today. I have. Enough. Why is everybody judging Saquon Barkley? Why does everybody judge everybody else? If the dumbest among us gets mad at you, by definition, that means you are doing it right. President of the United States wants to meet you, you meet. I've had enough of the insufferable today. I have. Enough. The insufferable woke media is all over, losing their mind on star running back Saquon Barkley, hanging with the President of the United States. That's the level of stupid we are at. We are at a level where if you go hang with the President of the United States, the dumbest among us gets mad at you. Now, if the dumbest among us gets mad at you, by definition, that means you are doing it right. How are people not smart enough? Jalen Hurts, his dumb ass. Devontae Smith, his dumb ass didn't go. Okay, good for you. You make a dumbass decision. Hey, do yourself a favor. Check your bank account. Check your bank account in about 6 months and see where it's at, and you'll be very happy Donald Trump is our president. But he's racist. Yeah, give me an example. Well, in 1970, oh, shut up. Just give me an example. What the man is doing that's racist. I'm taking a stand. I went to Oklahoma, a bastion of stupid. That's right. I went to Alabama and Oklahoma. I'm really smart. Oh, shut up. You guys are sheep. Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith, you're damn sheep. Just shut up. President of the United States wants to meet you, you meet. Oh, man. Devontae Smith and Jalen Hurts are getting big praise, but you always got to wonder, who's the big praise from? It's from dumbasses. And when dumbasses praise you, you know you're doing it wrong. Man, oh, man, what commitments? Because these guys, Jalen Hurts, had commitments. Really? Okay, Jalen, Armando Segura writes, what commitments, one has to wonder? Supersede being with teammates at the White House. Like world leaders come to the White House when it beckons to conduct them important business. What conflicts does Hurts have that is more important than this? Good for Jalen Hurts. Hey, man, you'll get some kind of underwear ad with other fat girls. That's what's coming to you. Really, Jalen? Good for you, man. You're a handsome man. You're really smart. Your dad's a coach. You went to the bastion of education, Alabama and Oklahoma. You're outsmarting us all, you dumbass. Devontae Smith, stop it. I saw the funniest thing today. This was actually put in, and I think this guy was a serious guy. He said, see, all three of these men have black wives. Like, what does that mean? Like, what does that mean? I forget who the third idiot was that didn't go to the White House. No. The president asked you to come to the White House with your team. It's an honor. You go. There are many, many days in your life. There are very few days that you remember for the rest of your life. Hell, I was a grunt. I was a freaking intern. I was a graduate assistant going to the White House. I really didn't want to go because I always felt uncomfortable. I wasn't really part of a national championship team, not even that much. But they asked me to go. They said, get on the plane. I got on the plane. What can I tell you? But hey, Jalen Hurts has commitments. Really? Where are you going, Egypt? And if his reason for not attending is simply that he dislikes Donald Trump and doesn't wish to be around him, perhaps Hurts should have the balls to simply say that, right? Because telling the truth would be cool instead of hiding behind a weak excuse. Good for Armando, who was there, by the way. We'll talk to Armando coming up here in a little bit. He's absolutely right. Absolutely 1,000% correct. Don't give me the weak bullshit, you chicken shit. Tell us what you feel. I don't want to go. He's racist. Really? Okay. My wife said I can't go. Oh, really? Okay. Children. The world is being run by children. The only perfect people are reporters, and now, well, I don't want to go. It's against my... I got commitments, really. What do you got to do, sit on your ass? Shut up. Just shut up. Now, everybody's mad Everybody's mad at Saquon Barkley because not only did Saquon Barkley go to the White House, he went early to golf and hang out at Mar-a-Lago. Here's an angry lib. An angry lib showing up at Mar-a-Lago, flying with Trump, grinning like it's a Disney field trip. That's not respecting the office. That's playing yourself and getting used as propaganda. Tokens always get spent, Saquon. Whoa, that's some deep stuff by Shea Jordan-Smith. You go, girl. Shea Jordan-Smith. Tokens always get spent. Hey, Shea Gordon, you get mad. I tell you what I say to everybody. You're mad? My kids, when they're mad, go stand over there. Be mad. Good for you. In the meantime, Saquon Barkley gets what? What does he get? Gets to go to the White House, play golf. Speaking of, never mind, I'm not even going to get into it. Liberal, angry, number 2. Is Saquon a bad guy? Oh, wait, we're judging now. Oh, Shaq Mitchell. Okay, Shaq. All right, named after a guy with a restraining order from women back in the day. Good. Showing up at, no, I'm sorry. Is Saquon a bad guy? Oh, well, okay, Shaq. Well, as long as you're going to judge. No. Really good, Shaq. We were waiting on your judgment, Shaq Mitchell. Will I still root for him because he's an Eagle? Yes. Oh, thank God, Shaq. My God, Shaq Mitchell. Oh, does he deserve scrutiny and criticism for his play date with Trump? Yes. You give it to him. Yeah, Shaq Mitchell, because you matter, Shaq. Everybody matters. You let him know, Shaq. You've judged him. Then you acted above him, then arrogantly, well, I still root for. Oh, my God, if Shaq Mitchell didn't root for Saquon Barkley, what is a man to do? I don't have the answer. I don't know. Saquon Barkley, angry lib number 3, has been hanging out with the Trump family for a minute. As the kids would say, the notion that he, his management, and or his PR team didn't anticipate what he should say when it became a thing is a little bonkers to me. Good. Simone D. Sanders, Townsend, Smith, Williams, Dakich. Who gives a shit what you think? I'm waiting. No, oh my God. Simone D. Sanders, Simone Deion Sanders, Townsend, Dakich, Smith. My God, thank God you're mad. I mean, hey, look, if you're mad, go right over there. No, we'll get back to you when you're not mad anymore. Yeah, it's bonkers. It's wild. It's crazy that the man said, hey, man, shut up. I'm living my own life. Here's Saquon Barkley's response to this. LOL, some people are really upset because I played golf and flew to the White House with the president. Maybe I just respect the office. I would like to see one of these guys, just one, have the balls to say, not only do I respect the office, but Trump's kind of fun to be around. Not a hard concept to understand, just golf with Obama not too long ago, and I look forward to finishing my round with Trump. Now, you get out of my mentions with all this politics and have an amazing day. There you go. It's simple. You do you. Why is everybody judging Saquon Barkley? Why does everybody judge everybody else? Like Simone, Smith, Johnson, Deion Sanders, Freeman, whatever. Why is everybody judging everybody else? I don't get it. Dude, if you want to be equal and everything the same and blah, 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 why is it a big deal that an African-American kid goes to the White House? Why is it a big deal that anybody goes to the White House? It's not. But we got to make it. There's a lot of jealousy in our communities. There's a ton of jealousy. I talk to folks in our communities all the time, many friends. The jealousy. It's almost like women in sports. Women in sports don't want to see other women in sports break ranks and be successful. I think it's the same way in our communities. I do. Saquon, you do you, man. Good for you. Hell, why not? President Trump asked me to go to the White House. Pew, I'm there. Obama asked me to go to the White House. Biden, pew. Man, why not? Now, if Clinton asked, I got to ask. Now, wait, 56 people, you know what I'm saying? I'd wear Kevlar. But the truth of the matter is the president asks, I'm gone. Trump shouts out Big Fat Dom. Remember Big Fat Dom? Trump shouts him out. Here he is.
Recognize the Eagles head of security. You know, this is a guy, they say he loves Trump. This is a guy, and I had Saquon give him a big, beautiful hat last night because I've been hearing about this guy. He likes Trump. His name is Dominic DeSandro, Big Dom, and he's sort of a legend. Come here, Dom, come here. Say a few words, Dom. I hear this guy's just, come here.
I'd just like to say thank you. We're honored to be here. Thank you, President Trump, and that's it. Go Birds. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
There you go. Big, fat, stupid Dom gets a shout-out. Trump says he wouldn't tackle Saquon Barkley. I wouldn't either. Here he is.
Great coach inspiring you, and you got the ball to your superstar running back who I met yesterday, and I want to tell you he's a handsome guy, but I wouldn't want to tackle him. Saquon Barkley. Where's Saquon? He's good. I got to know him a little bit. I offered him a ride on Air Force One because I was coming down. And usually they say, no, I don't think so. He said, I'll take it, sir. And he loved it. We love being together. He's a great young guy.
There you go. Good for these guys. Now, Trump always taking a swipe at somebody. This time it's Taylor Swift and the Chiefs. Trump knows his audience. Here we go.
Which I was there. I watched in person. I was there along with Taylor Swift. How did that work out? How did that one work out? The Eagles.
There you go. All right. Taking shots at T. Swift. Hey, good for T. Swift. I want to get this big enough that Trump either praises us or takes shots at us. Good for the Eagles. Look, those of you that didn't go, you missed the opportunity of a lifetime, but you have a bunch of idiots that are saying you did the right thing. Good for you, man. It's always important. Actually, it is not important at all. The worst thing you could be is liked by idiots. Not the worst thing, but it's among the worst things. Being liked and revered by idiots is a sign that you, too, are a dumbass. So, you know what? Devontae Smith and Jalen Hurts and whoever the third clown was, I didn't pay attention. Good for you, man. You've got all the usual race baiters on your side. That's a lasting memory right there. Remember that time Jamil Hill said I was a good guy? Or remember that time we went and visited the White House? You know Jalen Hurts would have got a shout-out from Trump had he shown. All right, Robert Griffin III is joining the Fox family. Yay, Rod, go fight, win. But it ain't that deep, bro. It ain't that deep. Robert Griffin attempted to sound like when he started the NFL draft prank callers are a reflection of society and media. I love it. I love when athletes get really smart. Well, you know, it's a reflection. It's like sitting there, you know, with the founding fathers and a cigar. Well, Churchill, well, you know, it's a reflection of society. Prank calls, it ain't that deep, moron. Shedeur Sanders, Tyler Warren, even Cooper DeJean from last year and any other players has been pranked called during the biggest moment of their life during the NFL draft is disgusting to watch. Really? I think it's kind of funny. Really? I mean, is disgusting to watch? Is it really? I mean, if you say so. Because it's a big moment in their life. All right. Sometimes prank can be funny, and I'm all about having a good time. But this wasn't an episode of Punk that was harmless. Timing is everything. Timing in everything is life. These guys go to school, and the time is right to talk about how we are failing the next generation through content. Really? Stocks and bonds because RGIII is talking, Rob. Okay. These types of pranks are just a reflection of our society. Really? And media moving further and further away from the standards and morals towards no-holds-barred sensationalism. Let's be real. Sensationalism has been a click and view machine for the media forever. Really? I mean, this is a guy that posts everything that he does, eating sandwiches, acting very phallic, but all of a sudden now he's the moral authority on clicks and views. It's really kind of funny. Prank calls have been around forever. The only time I felt bad was I listened to that child, Shedeur Sanders, and his voice and the sadness in his voice when he realized this was a prank. I didn't really like that. I didn't love that. I didn't. But hey, it's all right. We move it along, people. I love that RG3 is philosophical. I love when NFL players, ex-NFL players and athletes get philosophical on us. It was uncomfortable to listen to. And it was not something that Walt Disney wanted associated with his brand. What does that mean? Hold on a second. Oh, no, wait a second. I'm sorry. I moved it along. He also took a shot at Pat McAfee being outrageous, being high or drunk on a job on broadcast TV, swearing, cursing on air, celebrating misogyny, degrading women, celebrating sexually explicit conversations, and celebrating the most extreme stories and behavior, all for the sake of having fun, has a negative impact on our youth. Yeah, okay. You know, when in doubt, go to the youth. When you've been such a jackass that the company had to fire you, even though you're the perfect demographic for that company, like a guy like me, middle-aged white dude, we get fired just for waking up and working for ESPN. RG3, the stupidity of him allowed him to get fired. Now, good that he's back on TV, I suppose. I don't know. I've never really listened to him. But the truth of the matter is, when in doubt, go to our youth. Go to our youth. Yes, our youth are being subdivided. Look, you can take a shot at Pat McAfee. Just take a shot at Pat McAfee. You don't have to be passive-aggressive. You don't like what Pat does? Say it. I don't know. But everything isn't about our youth. You raise your youth. I raise my youth. You know, all of a sudden, everything, what? We're not supposed to do what? You're not supposed to, Nick Saban swear on TV? That affects our youth. Can you imagine? Nobody had a bigger potty mouth than I, and nobody has a moral compass like I do. So shut up with all this. When in doubt, go to our youth. It's our youth. Pat McAfee, bad. When has Pat McAfee degraded women? I don't know. Maybe he wasn't taking a shot at Pat McAfee. Oh, man, Stephen A. Smith has become the de facto spokesman on Shannon Sharpe. Now, you got to understand something, and I'll explain. He wants the world to know he believes Sharpe's legal strategy is partly to blame for his ESPN exit. Let me explain this to you. This is like the mafia. See, Smith vouched for Sharpe. Smith is the guy that brought in Sharpe. Now, in the mafia, when you bring in the guy who is the grass, as they say in London, in England, is the traitor, is the snitch, then you, the guy that brought in the grass, I'm watching Mobland. Anyway, you bring in the grass, the traitor, the snitch, you get whacked. Well, Stephen A. Smith vouched for Sharpe. Stephen A. Smith wanted no white people with him. Get rid of Max Kellerman, bad guy, according to Smith. Get rid of that. We want African Americans. No more Skip Bayless. No more Max Kellerman. Give me Shannon Sharpe. He brought in the bad guy. He brought in knowing that Shannon Sharpe, knowing full well that Shannon Sharpe had all of these problems. They followed him from CBS to FS1, and Smith vouched for him. So now Smith is doing the smart thing. Smith is staying ahead of the game. Smith is out here yapping, as Smith does. But he's the guy. Stephen A. Smith is the guy that brought in Shannon Sharpe. In the real world, he's the one accountable. In the real world, he's the one that gets whacked. But Smith is Teflon because, well, I don't really know why. I'm not sure he brings in all that much money. I understand that he's their front man for diversity. I understand Republicans are using Stephen A. Smith to have an African-American on their show to show them how diverse they are. But the truth of the matter is Smith brought this guy in. He did. Say whatever you'd like. I'm just saying. Because some of the information let out to the public, I have no idea why a lawyer would advise such a thing, which is releasing text messages. But that's a different subject for another day. What I can speak about is the fact that this 3-time Super Bowl champ and this Hall of Fame, like that matters. Now, this is Smith covering his ass here. You got to understand this. This is Smith basically giving you a reason why Shannon Sharpe has been an ass his entire life, his entire post-playing life, maybe during playing life, to women at every company that he has been a part of in the media. This is Smith giving himself cover. Now, this is simple. He's outsmarting all the other white dudes that are kissing his ass, but not I. I get it. You brought him in. At some point, somebody other than myself and Jason Whitlock are going to point this out to people. But here's your cover. 3-time Super Bowl champ, Hall of Famer, who emphatically stated to me over the phone how innocent he is of these allegations that have been levied against him. See, Smith is telling his bosses, this is why he had to be hired, and this is how even I am being duped by this. And I asked because I, Smith, am responsible for bringing Sharpe here. That's all Stephen A. Smith is doing. He understands Omerta. He understands La Costa Nostra. He understands the way the world is supposed to be run. You bring the bad guy in, you're responsible for the bad guy. You get what the bad guy gets. That's the real world. Now, Smith is exempt for that because the boys and girls in Building 4, the white dudes counting on their severance packages, counting on their stock options, don't want to be seen as racist so he can get away with whatever he wants. But the truth of the matter is he brought him in. It was uncomfortable to listen to, and it was not something that Walt Disney wanted associated with his brand. So to have him on the airways while all that stuff was put out there was not something that Disney was going to take. And that is what I mean when I say I'm not surprised. I'm surprised they let him on. I am. You're the guy, man. You're the guy that brought Donnie Brasco into the mob. You can look that up. It's a great movie, great book. Better book than movie. It usually is. But you're the dude that brought him in, bro. And I like what you're doing, Smitty. Oh, Smitty is skating. Smitty is trying. Smitty is bobbing. He's weaving. He's politicaling his way through. And I don't know that Jimmy Patero, I don't know that Burke Magnus, I don't know that any of these guys have the balls to say, hold on here. Didn't you want him? Wasn't he your guy when you made us get rid of Max Kellerman? You don't see any of this out of the Andrew Marchands and all of the media critics. You only see it from Whitlock and me. It's kind of interesting. Everything goes back to two shows, The Godfather and 2.5 Men. Everything in this world goes back to that. Oh, shit. We got more file out. We got more file out from Nico and his brother Madden. Arkansas has hired prominent attorney Tom Mars to go after Madden Iamaleava's NIL contract money, saying the 4-month-long Razorback quarterback at Arkansas owes them $200,000 after he bolted out of town to team up with his brother Nico at UCLA. Woo! Tom Mars, don't mess around, baby. Tom Mars don't play. He don't play. This stems from a contract that Madden Iamaleava, I don't even care, signed when he enrolled at Arkansas, which was a 1-year deal worth in the neighborhood of $500,000 for his service. According to multiple sources, as OutKick reported last week, the collective has already sent demand letters to Madden, along with another Arkansas player that has left school. Good for them. I told you, I did this in 2005 with a player named Ron Lewis. Paid for his entire summer school at Bowling Green. We didn't have any summer school money. I had to raise it. Nobody from the university gave me summer school money. I had 5 fundraisers during the course of a calendar year to raise money to pay for room, board, books, fees, and tuition all summer long for my players. This kid, Ron Lewis, stayed all summer long, got a bunch of credits, got a nice apartment, moved in. We paid for all of it. It was perfectly legal. All of a sudden, August 9th, sees semester's over. He goes home, and on that next Friday, calls me up, Coach, I'm transferring. Whoa. Where you going? Now I'm going here, there. I knew it was a smokescreen. I knew he was going to Ohio State. I knew Thad Mott and the boys were cheating. But anyway, I digress. I said, hold on now. You owe me summer school money. I'm not signing your release. Mommy got mad. Brother said he was going to kick my ass. He was a fat tub of nothing. We're going to sue you. Blah. Do whatever you want. Talk to the AD. We got most of our money back. I applaud this. Screw these players that think they're going to come in, bilk boosters out of hundreds of thousands of dollars and then skedaddle. Ain't happening. I'm paying attention to this big time. Big time. Looking forward to seeing what's happening. Damn! Wait, what? Bills GM, Brandon Beane, exploded on some local radio hosts after they were critical of the team's wide receiver room. You guys were bullshitting in 2018 about Josh Allen. You wanted Josh Rosen. And now you guys are bitching that we don't have a receiver. We've invited our guy, who we rip all the time, Chris Ballard, to come on. He won't. He's chicken shit. But anyway, Bean ain't. He went right on the airways and let fly.
And we had two draft parties, so we're kind of tired too. You know, we were up late with you in the first round and the second round. It's a busy weekend for you.
Yeah, no, it was. It was. I was just listening to the last few minutes of your show before I came on, waiting on here.
All right.
Sounds like 2018 all over with you guys.
Well, we're very. How so?
Well, you guys were bitching in 2018 about Josh Allen. You guys wanted Josh Rosen, and now you guys are bitching that we don't have a receiver. I don't get it. Like, we just scored. Hold on, let me talk. We just scored 30 points in a row for 8 straight games. A year ago, I get you guys asking why we didn't have receivers, but I don't understand it now. You just saw us lead the league in points when you add all the postseason. No one scored more points than the Buffalo Bills, including the Super Bowl champions. So you just saw us do it without Stephon Diggs, same group. How is this group not better than last year's group? Our job is to score points and win games. Where do we need to get better? Defense. We did that. So I get it. You got to have a show, and you got to have something to bitch about. But bitching about wide receiver is one of the dumbest arguments I've heard.
Okay. I mean, I wish you'd listened to the 2 hours and 25 minutes before that, because there's plenty of things we do like about your draft, and I find it curious the energy you're coming at us with, but I mean that's your choice.
I get it. I'm just like, let's be realistic. Our job is not to have. It's not fantasy football, like to trot out the best receivers. You got Josh Allen. First thing you got to do is protect him. You can't have everything. You can't have Pro Bowl wide receivers and have a Pro Bowl offensive line and an All-Pro quarterback and 3 great running backs. Like you gotta pick. Sure, I'd love to play fantasy football, but there's one football, Jeremy. There's one ball. You can't give it to but so many people. So that's where I'm like, I don't understand this narrative. I felt it a little bit from a couple of the reporters and the thing. Like, our job is to score points. It doesn't matter what receivers, what quarterback, what. If you score points at the level we scored, that is winning football.
No doubt about it. Something that we've said quite a bit, 30 points per game.
There you go. Yeah, I like when people fight back. We know how it goes. Brian Daboll, why is everybody so afraid? Brian Daboll was dodging questions from reporters about a claim that he and Shedeur Sanders had a meeting that didn't go well. Here's Brian Daboll.
The biggest story in the league right now is that Shedeur Sanders is still available. There was a report from Todd McShay that specifically you and him had a meeting that did not go very well. Anything you want to clear up on that or deny or comment on?
Yeah, I'd say we had good meetings with all the guys that came in here on 30 visits. Quarterback meetings were productive, and we're happy with Jackson.
Yeah, look, that's a ridiculously idiotic question to ask a guy that didn't draft him. Hey, the answer, if Daboll really could say what he wants, how fucking stupid are you? Like, we didn't draft the guy. Why are we talking about him? I'm here to talk about after our draft. I'm here to talk about our draft. What are we doing? Oh, man, Todd McShay of The Ringer, friend of the show, longtime fixture of draft coverage, had this to say: Shedeur didn't have a great interview with Brian Daboll in a private visit. An install package came in. Preparation wasn't there for it. He got called out. He didn't like that. And Daboll didn't appreciate him not liking it. That's cool. Hey, that's cool. That's great. All right. At the end of the day, okay. All right. Everybody didn't like everybody. What a shocker. You know what I mean? Like, what a shocker. I mean, it really is surprising that everybody didn't like everybody. What? That's not what everybody liked? So what? So what if Brian Daboll didn't like him? They didn't draft him. I mean, obviously they didn't like him. They needed a quarterback. They want a young quarterback. They didn't draft him. I mean, what the hell's wrong with you folk? Why even ask the question? Man, oh, man. All right, Bill Simmons. Bill Simmons was pissed. I like how Bill Simmons talks. Bill Simmons was pissed at the ESPN broadcast of the Knicks-Pistons game, particularly how the network kept panning to former employee Jalen Rose sitting courtside after laying Rose off. We get mad at the silliest things. Like, we're mad that they showed Jalen Rose on ESPN. They didn't lay Jalen Rose off. They fired his dumb ass. I guess Jalen Rose was celebrity enough. I guess. I don't know. You got to show some celebrities, and if Rose is all you got, then hey, go ahead. See, the white dudes are still fawning over Jalen Rose as a cultural icon. The white dudes like Simmons and Russillo, who are kind of, sort of around basketball, they're still pandering. Here's Simmons.
I have some ESPN notes.
Okay.
Maybe don't go to a commercial when Jalen Brunson is leaning against the scorer's table, holding his ankle in complete agony, and do the "we'll be back after this," and then you're gone for 4 minutes. That's one. Number two, I don't think you need to show Jalen Rose 15 times after you fucking laid him off 2 years ago, 3 minutes before he was about to do a get up segment, and gets a call and says, "Don't go and get up because you're about to be laid off." Maybe don't show him over and over again during the game, you motherfuckers. Aggregate that. I don't care.
Well, allow me to zag. I mean, doesn't Jalen want to be on TV?
Good zag. Maybe there's truth in both sides. Hey, there's Jalen Rose. We completely blindsided him 2 years ago after he did 15 years of great work for our company. He seems happy. Just classic. Just can't get over that place.
There wasn't a day in those 15 years that Jalen Rose did great work for ESPN. Jalen Rose embarrassed ESPN with the whole white boy wasted and all his racial stupidity, including claiming a guy got killed on the court of the NBA Finals who hadn't been killed. No, Jalen Rose embarrassed ESPN, but, we all understand the deal. The Fab Five, cultural icons. J-Rod never won nothing, but hey, not even a Big Ten title, but hey, cultural icons. No, he didn't do great work. And you know what? You get laid off, you get laid off. So, but I get it. I totally understand the deal. Believe me, I understand this deal so well. We have got to pander. I understand. You understand. We all understand. Who gives a rat's ass who ESPN shows? We got first world problems. It's another example of why this country's so great. This country is so great because two very popular guys can go on a podcast. By the way, the fact that we have podcasts that make $100 million and these guys make a shit ton of money is another example of why this country's so great. But this country's so great that what we have to bitch about and drop F-bombs about is somebody being shown on a nationally televised basketball game. That's our biggest issue. I'm reading the Bible, and it's fascinating to me. I want to humble myself. I want to walk around. I want to put dust on my hair, tear clothes. I don't know. But I know this, when the biggest issue we have is, man, oh, man, oh, man. Jalen Rose, mother blankers. Look, I understand if you want to say, hey, not great. I mean, you fired the guy. But to get you so pissed off that you're dropping F-bombs all over your own podcast, that's first world problems, baby. It's just another example that we live in the greatest country in the world. We do. We live in the absolute best place when that makes you so pissed off. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? They show Jalen Rose. They show Jalen Rose. Hey, an update on my guy Calvin Harris. He says, unlike you, I know exactly what went bin THW merding, MERTING, with the Jeezants, and I know exactly what he said in RHE meeting, WIRH Giants. UKNIW, who bis, WHOBIS, a child. There you go. Calvin Harris, baby. Big fat guy, played at the U. All right.